For our 7th anniversary, I found myself in a hospital bed, a patient after a car accident. The driver, a young intern named Alex, had been interested in my wife, Sophia, for years. He had purposely hit my car, and Sophia, my wife, had signed a letter of understanding while I was unconscious. This letter meant Alex would not be held accountable. When I woke up, Sophia explained it to me, her voice trembling slightly. "Alex just made a mistake, a big one, I know," she said. "But we can't ruin his life over this. He just likes me too much." Looking at Sophia's face, a mix of concern and veiled sadness, I realized our marriage had been a lie for a while. I asked her, my voice calm, "What if I insist on pressing charges, on doing what is right?" Sophia looked at me, a disapproving expression on her face. "Liam, you're a lawyer. You know how hard a criminal record would be for a young person just starting out. We always say the law should have some human decency, right? Alex knows what he did was wrong. He even tried to hurt himself because of it. Isn't that enough punishment for him?" I stared at Sophia, completely speechless, as she aggressively defended another man to me. An indescribable bitterness welled up inside me, a feeling that was all too familiar. When Sophia realized how harsh her words were, she instantly went silent. I didn't rush to comfort her as I usually did. I just looked at her quietly. After a long moment, Sophia tried to explain herself, saying that she just couldn't bear to see a young person's future get ruined, and asked me not to overthink it. I gave a little laugh and said nothing, which seemed to unnerve her. "Honey, she started, but she was cut off by a nurse rushing in. "Sophia, the patient you brought in yesterday is awake and is threatening to harm himself." Sophia's face changed. She told me she had to go and left without looking back. Alex had pulled stunts like this before, but I never thought much of it. I never expected Sophia to let him affect her to the point of running to him, though. Not long after, I got a notification on my phone. It was an update from Alex's social media. She says she doesn't like me, but her actions say she loves me. The picture showed a frantic-looking Sophia examining him. I scrolled up and saw so many similar updates, almost every one of them featuring a picture of Sophia. I found out that while I hadn't been paying attention, they had grown very close. Many times, Sophia told me she was working late at the hospital, but now I knew most of those times she was with Alex. From Alex's posts, I could clearly see their relationship getting closer. That night, unable to sleep, I got up and went to the window. I froze when I saw the two of them standing nearby. "Sis, you have feelings for me. Why else would you care so much?" Alex said excitedly. Looking at Sophia's indifferent expression, he added, "I just can't stand." Alex cut her off. "Stop lying to yourself. I don't mind as long as I can be with you. I don't need a label." Sophia's face showed a hint of emotion, a feeling that looked like love. Noticing the change, Alex cupped her face and kissed her. Sophia raised her hand to push him away, but put it back down. After a few tries, she finally gave in and hugged him back. Watching them passionately kiss in the night, I lowered my head and chuckled. After a while, someone passing by made a noise. Sophia suddenly seemed to come to her senses, shoving Alex away. He fell to the ground, but he just laughed happily while sitting there. Sophia muttered "crazy" under her breath and walked away. I snorted, sent a text, and returned to my bed. Soon I got a reply. "Really?" The next second, my phone rang. Just as I was about to answer it, Sophia walked in. I discreetly ended the call. Sophia noticed that my window had a view of where she and Alex had kissed. A guilty look flashed across her face, but she quickly composed herself and asked cautiously, "Honey, why aren't you asleep yet?" At her use of the term of endearment, I realized something. Sophia only called me that when she felt guilty or needed a favor. I didn't answer and just calmly asked about Alex's condition. Sophia paused before saying he was fine, just being a baby. As his doctor, I can't ignore it, she said. As she finished, she realized she had misspoken. Alex hurt his head, and No need to explain, I don't care, I interrupted, cutting her off from telling more lies. Sophia frowned. What do you mean you don't care? What could I possibly do with Alex? You know I hate people who are clingy, she said. Seeing her overly emotional reaction, I chuckled lightly. You hate him the most, so why would you spend so much time with him, right? Sophia's face went blank. Then she confirmed. Right. She pointed at my vibrating phone. Who's calling you in the middle of the night? I glanced at it and casually said, Spam call. But Sophia didn't buy it and tried to grab my phone. I blocked her with my hand. She frowned, annoyed. Are you hiding something from me? Calmly, I said, I'm a lawyer. My phone has a lot of other people's private information. Sophia opened her mouth, but couldn't say anything. I didn't look at her again, just picked up my phone and walked out. When I answered, an excited female voice came through. Liam, did you really agree to be the legal consultant for my company? Did you get a divorce from Sophia? Are you willing to be with me? Anna's excited voice made my ears buzz. She had invited me to join her company as a legal consultant a while back, but because of Sophia, I never accepted her offer. After her many invites, I told her I'd only join if Sophia and I got divorced. She had sighed then, teasing about it. Our friends all believed Sophia and I were deeply in love. Sophia had given up her family inheritance for me, choosing to be a normal doctor at a hospital. But I never in my wildest dreams thought Sophia would have a change of heart. I snapped back to reality thanks to Anna shouting my name repeatedly. Yeah, I'm ready for a divorce. Strangely, my words seemed to calm Anna down. She stared at me and asked if something had happened. I replied calmly, Let's talk about it another time. I'll reach out to you in a week. Just then, Sophia walked out of the hospital room and caught the last part of the conversation. She looked confused and asked who I was seeing in a week. I told Anna I had to go and finally turned to Sophia. Just a client meeting in a week. She didn't press further. She wrapped her arm around my waist and spoke softly. Liam, I was too anxious earlier. I signed that letter of understanding because I didn't want to owe Alex anything. You get it, right? As I listened to Sophia, I believed her intentions were genuine then. But maybe she didn't even realize her heart had already drifted away from me. I smiled a bit. I understand. I'm tired. I'm going back to rest. Hearing me say I was tired, Sophia hurried me to get some rest, blaming herself. It's all my fault. Patients should really get more rest, and here I was arguing over something so trivial. Seeing the genuine guilt on her face, I still couldn't figure out her actions today. I bowed my head, hiding the sadness in my eyes. Just one more week, and it'll all be over. During my 3 days in the hospital, Sophia visited after work daily, staying with me in my room. Outwardly, everything seemed normal, but I knew that late every night she would meet up with Alex. From his social media posts, I saw them stargazing at the beach and going across the city for a barbecue. Even on the night Sophia claimed to be on an overnight shift, she was with Alex at a hotel. In Alex's video, he repeatedly asked if Sophia cared about him. I didn't think she would answer, yet I heard her whisper a breathy, affirmative. That sound shattered my heart. The next day, Sophia showed up bright and early, breakfast in hand. I hid the name on the breakfast package. The place was over 10 kilometers from the hospital, but it was right near the hotel she went to with Alex. Yesterday, why go so far for breakfast? I asked. Sophia paused her unpacking for a second. Oh, nothing much going on this morning, so I drove out. I know you like it. You eat first, I need to attend a meeting in the ward. Not long after Sophia left, Alex strolled into the room. Surprisingly, I was calmer than I thought I'd be. Before he could speak, I told him Sophia wasn't around. He looked a bit baffled, then smirked. I know she's not here. Just returning her coat. Returning a coat? I sneered. Why would anyone return it here? I glanced at the coat in his hands, then tossed it aside. Thanks, I said flatly. Undeterred, Alex wondered why I wasn't curious about the coat being with him. I shrugged and kept eating. A coat doesn't mean much. She might have tossed it to you without thinking. Alex shot me a frustrated glare. Sis, yesterday, he began, but didn't finish. Sophia barged in, cutting him off. What are you doing here? Seeing Alex, she froze slightly. Just bringing back your coat, sis. Thanks for it yesterday. Sophia looked at him with irritation. If there's nothing else, leave now. Looking wounded, Alex cast a longing glance at Sophia before leaving. Once the door closed, Sophia quickly tried to explain. Liam, don't listen to him. There's nothing between us. He was just discharged yesterday with no clothes, so I lent him mine. I never expected he'd bring it here to stir up trouble. I finished my porridge and said leisurely, he didn't say anything, just returning a coat. Regret flickered in Sophia's eyes, likely regretting saying too much. It seemed like a cover-up, yet all she could utter was, all right then. At that moment, her phone rang. I spotted Alex's name flashing on the screen. Sophia glanced at it, muttered about an emergency, and hurried off. Listening to her lie more smoothly each time, I chuckled bitterly. Then I started drafting my divorce papers. When Sophia returned, her lips looked freshly kissed. I noticed but didn't comment. She unconsciously touched them too, and glimpsing the divorce papers on my screen, she seemed momentarily panicked. Liam, aren't you a corporate lawyer? Where did the divorce papers come from? For a friend, I replied dismissively. Sophia seemed ready to probe more, but her department's ringtone interrupted. Patient needs urgent care. I have to go, she said. Watching her rush away, I resumed my work on the divorce papers. The following day, as I dealt with my discharge papers, Sophia finally showed up at the ward looking exhausted. The department had several patients requiring critical care all night, she said, clearly worn out. Unlike before, I didn't rush to comfort her. I merely remarked coolly, that sounds tough. My indifferent demeanor irked her. Liam, what's with you these days? What's the deal with the letter of understanding? Why can't you just get it? I met her eyes but stayed silent. I have urgent work at the firm. I'll be home early. We need to talk tonight, I said. Without waiting for her to reply, I left. Back at the law firm, I printed my transfer request for the partner. We had already discussed it, and I'd be handling the firm's affairs moving forward. After this, I drove home with my divorce papers in hand. But even by 10 p.m., there was no sign or word from Sophia. Scrolling through social media, I spotted Alex's new post from 10 minutes ago. In the photo, he and Sophia kissed under the stars. The location tagged was the same beach where I had proposed to Sophia. Clutching the divorce papers, I jumped into my car, heading to the location. Before I even reached the spot, I heard people chanting, "Say yes! Say yes!" In the midst of everyone cheering around us, Sophia nodded slowly. As the crowd dispersed, Alex held Sophia's hand with a big smile. Turning back, the moment Sophia looked up and saw me, her smile vanished. She looked utterly terrified, her face twisted. Honey, what are you doing here? I looked at Sophia, my gaze colder than ever. Here to witness your love. Just as Sophia was about to say something, I handed her the divorce papers, my voice chilly. Sophia, let's get a divorce. Sophia's eyes widened at my words. Liam, you're joking, right? I was just messing around with Alex. It would have been awkward to reject him in front of so many people. Her voice was slightly trembling. "You're messing around with me too, aren't you?" I pushed the divorce papers forward, my gaze serious. "Do I look like I'm joking with you?" Tears welled up in Sophia's eyes. "Honey, believe me, there's nothing between Alex and me. He's the one who's been relentlessly pursuing me." Her every word seemed genuine. If I hadn't seen Alex's posts on social media, I might have believed her. I glanced at Alex, who looked pale behind her, and let out a mocking laugh. "Your little boyfriend is about to crumble. Are you sure you don't want to check on him?" Sophia hesitated for a moment. Then she quickly decided and said, "Don't say that. I only agreed to humor him to save face. I won't contact him again. I'll delete him now." As she spoke, she pulled out her phone, attempting to block all of Alex's contact info. Alex, looking woeful, grabbed Sophia's arm. "Senior, I won't bother you anymore. Could you—" Sophia impatiently pushed him aside. "It's all your fault. You made Liam misunderstand me. Don't show up in front of me again." Watching their performance, I couldn't help but curl my lips into a sardonic smile. Alex looked heartbroken as he gazed at her. Sophia hardened her heart, pulling me away to leave. Alex's eyes were full of bitterness and malice. After Sophia had dragged me far enough, I shook off her hand. "The play's over. Can you sign now?" Sophia looked at me, confused. "Play? Liam, what do you mean?" I chuckled lightly. "You seem to be enjoying the act, so I joined in for a bit." A hint of guilt flashed across her face as she denied knowing anything about an act. I watched her silently, without saying a word. After a moment, Sophia turned her head away. "Let's not drag this out. Sign the divorce papers and we'll finalize it tomorrow," I spoke coldly. Sophia opened her mouth to say something when Alex ran up from behind. "Senior, divorce him. I'll treat you right. He doesn't appreciate you. Before he could finish, Sophia slapped him hard. "What nonsense are you spouting? How could I divorce Liam? I was only pitying you playing those silly games." Alex's eyes widened involuntarily. "Senior, do you mean it?" Sophia didn't answer, but turned her head away, unable to bear looking at him. Alex's eyes instantly brimmed with tears. Watching the two of them, I couldn't help but give a sarcastic smile. Sophia grabbed my hand. "Liam, I won't contact him anymore. Don't misunderstand. He's just a kid." I placed the divorce papers in her hand. "Once you sign these, what you do is none of my business." With that, I turned and headed towards the car. Sophia held tightly onto my hand, desperately pleading. "Liam." After enough time had passed, I harshly shook her hand off. "Sophia, I don't want to make this uglier. Just sign it. You know I'm a lawyer. The fact that I have the papers means I have evidence." Sophia's face froze. I left before she could react. In the rearview mirror, I saw Alex holding Sophia from behind. Sophia shook him off. The two of them continued arguing endlessly. Back home, I started packing my things. Sophia had bought this house before we got married. We didn't see the need to change, so we stayed here. Staring at the wedding photo on the wall, memories of our wedding day flooded back. I lost my parents at a young age. At our wedding, Sophia took my hand and introduced me to her parents, telling me solemnly that I now had a family of my own. She swore she'd be by my side forever. I believed her. But somewhere along the way, the person who said those vows changed. Thinking about this, I glanced out the window at the sunshine. I took the wedding photo off the wall, tore my part of it from hers. At that moment, a strange sense of relief washed over me. So I got rid of anything in the house that belonged to me. Just as Sophia opened the door, I was tossing our matching mugs into the trash. Seeing this, she rushed over to retrieve them, but when she looked at the contents of the trash, she froze, looking up at me in disbelief. "You threw all of this away?" I gave her a cold glance. "Take them if you want." With that, I dragged my suitcase ready to leave. Sophia held on to my hand tightly. "I said I won't contact Alex anymore. Isn't that enough?" I looked back at her with impatience, curled my lips into a smile. "Didn't you already accept someone else's love confession? Didn't you two already sleep together?" My words cast a flash of guilt across Sophia's face. "What are you talking about?" Before she could say anything else, I played the video I had saved on my phone in front of her. Sophia's face grew progressively paler with the video until her lips moved, but no words came out. I had no intention of continuing the conversation, glanced at the time on my phone, and left with my suitcase. I checked into a nearby hotel. Before long, Sophia messaged me, saying she was willing to sign the divorce papers. I arranged to meet her at the entrance of the Civil Affairs Bureau the next morning. The next morning, I met Sophia at the entrance. I handed her the divorce papers. "Sign it." But Sophia said she came to explain the video. The video was shot after Alex drugged me. I didn't know about it. "Honey, isn't there a saying that ignorance is bliss?" Her words made me frown. I couldn't believe she was still lying to me at this point. "What about that time at the hospital when you kissed? I saw it myself. Were you drugged then too? Were you hypnotized?" By the end, my voice had a slight growl to it. After all those years together, the betrayal wasn't as easy to handle as I seemed. Sophia's face froze. She wanted to argue but couldn't say a word. I pinched my nose, feeling tired. "Sign it. I don't want to be tangled up with you anymore." Tears welled up in Sophia's eyes. She whispered an apology and took the divorce papers, heading into the office ahead of me. The divorce process was quick. I looked at the paper, noting a 30-day cooling-off period. "See you in 30 days." With that, I turned to leave, but Sophia grabbed my hand. "Liam, even though I've signed, I'm not giving up." I didn't reply, just walked away. Back at the hotel, I grabbed my luggage and headed straight to the airport. As the plane took off, I posted on social media. I said goodbye to the past. When the plane landed, a group of friends I hadn't seen in ages was waiting at the airport. Anna was at the front. When I came out, they all swarmed me. "You're finally back. Good to have you. We've got a room ready for you." Hearing them filled me with warmth. Anna smiled softly at me from the crowd. I walked up to her, smiling. "Hey, Anna, I'm back." She chuckled softly. "Come on. We've got a welcome dinner for you." They took me to a favorite hot pot spot from before. After a few drinks, a friend nudged me. "Liam, have you thought about Anna? She's waited for you all these years." Anna liking me was an open secret. I smiled. "I'm not thinking about that stuff now. Got to focus on making money." Anna looked a tiny bit disappointed, but quickly joked, "You're just trying to get my money." The topic moved on quickly. Later, Anna helped me home, tipsy. 2 years away and you can't hold your liquor," I chuckled. She didn't like drinking, so I drank very little with her. Sophia couldn't stand the smell of alcohol. With her, I barely had a drop. Anna's smile stiffened for a moment, then she silently brought me some honey water. Seeing it, I was surprised. "Where did this honey come from?" Anna rolled her eyes. "I bought it. The house didn't just make honey itself." It reminded me of the times Anna would always get us back safely after a night out, always giving me an extra glass of honey water. Closing my eyes, I felt a bit guilty. "Anna, I'm sorry, But Anna cut me off. "Liam, you know I'm not looking for an apology. I'm used to it by now." That stopped me from saying more. The next morning, Sophia called, waking me up. She asked what I wanted for breakfast, like before. I paused for a moment before coldly replying, We're divorced. Sophia didn't hide her sadness. We can still have breakfast, right? Be friends? I'm not interested in being friends. Don't contact me if there's nothing else. I hung up the call and blocked her. Just as I got up to get ready, the doorbell rang. It was Anna standing there with breakfast. She smiled brightly. Liam, I brought you breakfast. I blinked. You came all the way to bring me breakfast. Anna pointed across the hall, saying she lived right there. Anna's feelings for me were always out in the open, but it never felt awkward between us. After breakfast, as we were about to head out, my phone rang again. It was an unknown number. It turned out to be Sophia. Liam, I went to your firm. They said you applied for a transfer. Where are you? I didn't expect her to go to the firm. This has nothing to do with you. My words clearly hurt Sophia. It does. I want to see you, Liam. Let's go, I said. Before Sophia finished, Anna's voice came through. Why is Anna there, Liam? Why are you with Anna? Her reaction didn't surprise me. Anna was a thorn in her side. I didn't answer, just hung up. That day, Sophia called and texted countless times, mostly asking about Anna and me. I ignored it all. When Anna came to grab lunch with me, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. She raised her eyebrows and asked if she could answer it. Without looking up, I said, yeah, if you want to. Anna casually picked up, and after a simple, hello, Sophia's shouting came from the other end. Why are you answering Liam's phone? What's your relationship? Anna grinned more. Why do you need him? Liam's busy. Her words made Sophia even more frantic. Anna hung up amidst her screams. Feeling cheery again, she said, let's go eat. I'm in a good mood. I'll treat you to some sashimi. Seeing all the sashimi on the table, I knew she wasn't joking. Eat up. Don't you like sashimi? I ate while watching Anna's uncontainable smile. She didn't mind and just focused on her meal. That afternoon, a coworker from the law firm texted me saying Sophia was there all afternoon. She went around asking everyone where I was. No one told her that I was out on assignment. Sophia hysterically yelled outside the law firm. She didn't look at all like her usual cold self. Watching the video of her freaking out, I calmly turned off my phone and got back to work. Just when I thought I'd never see Sophia again, a week later, after work, I saw her at the company's entrance. I frowned and tried to walk around her. Sophia quickly approached me. Liam, come home with me. Stop being stubborn. Her words made me laugh off my anger. I'm here for work. Sophia didn't believe me and kept talking to herself. That's just you being stubborn, I know it. Why else would you choose to work here? I didn't want to argue with her. I planned to walk past her and leave, but Sophia went crazy and shouted behind me. I barely took a few steps before she grabbed my hand. Liam, I'm begging you. Come back with me, please. I looked at her, annoyed. Sophia, we're done. We're divorced. Sophia wouldn't give up. As she was about to say something else, Anna's voice came from behind. Dr. Sophia, you cheated, and now you want Liam back? You want all the good for yourself. Sophia's face turned even grimmer. She coldly said that Anna was relentless. Anna wasn't bothered. She smirked at Sophia, then she deliberately hooked her arm around mine. Liam, my mom knows you're back and wants you over for dinner. I looked at Anna, surprised. She hadn't mentioned this before. My family and Anna's have known each other for ages, but seeing her wink at me, I went along with it. Sophia choked up and said, Liam, you promised not to see her. You can't break your word. She used to be bothered by my relationship with Anna, and so I naturally stayed away and drifted from my old friends too. I didn't expect that returning this time, I could hang with them like before. I stared at Sophia coldly. That's all in the past. You wouldn't remember everything I said casually, right? Right then, I took Anna's hand and left. Sophia's cries didn't stop me at all. She was just a part of my past. The past shouldn't affect my path to the future. When Anna mentioned dinner at her place, I thought she was just saying it. Standing in front of Anna's house had me a bit thrown. Anna urged me to hurry from inside. I had nothing to bring. It had been a while since my last visit. This time, brought by Anna, I felt a bit nervous. Out of nowhere, as I battled within myself, Anna's parents appeared from inside. The moment they saw me, Anna's mom had tears in her eyes. "Liam, you're back!" Anna. I quickly walked over and held her hand. After my parents unexpectedly passed, Anna's parents treated me like their own son. They even wanted me to come live with them. But back then, my grandparents took me away from the city. It wasn't until I grew up that I reconnected with them. Seeing a table full of my favorite dishes got me a little choked up. Since my parents' passing, I rarely ate these foods. At first, living with others, I didn't dare ask for them. Later, they became just a memory. I blinked away my stinging eyes and started eating. Throughout the meal, memories flooded my mind. Lying in bed at night, I drifted back to when I first met Sophia. After visiting my parents' grave that day, I drove back to the firm as usual. At a red light, I saw Sophia cornered by a middle-aged man. Out of professional duty, I helpfully informed the man that he'd be caught for fraud and suggested Sophia report it to the police. The man got mad that I ruined his scheme. In anger, he threw a drill at me. Caught off guard, I was injured. Sophia anxiously checked my wound. After treating it, she said it was her fault and asked for my contact info. We got together 6 months later. The next day when a call from Sophia woke me, I was briefly puzzled. "Liam, I made your favorite pastry. I'm waiting for you at your office." Half asleep, I wanted to say okay, but suddenly remembered Sophia. "You don't have to do pointless things like these." Seeing me go to work with Anna, she grabbed my hand and accused me. "Liam, this is why you insisted on divorcing me, right? You've moved on." Her words made me smirk. "Sophia, if that excuse stops you from bothering me, then yes, it is. Don't think everyone's like you, betraying your partner. You know what you did, don't you? How can you still cling shamelessly? Are you masochistic? Or do you think I'd stomach my disgust and forgive you?" Sophia's face paled as I questioned her. With teary eyes, she asked, "Liam, did you just call me disgusting?" I nodded without mercy and told her not to pursue me anymore. "Whoever I end up with, it wouldn't be you." Then I told Anna that security shouldn't let unrelated people near the office anymore. I hoped Sophia would lose hope after my harsh words. But the next morning someone knocking woke me. Checking the time, I assumed it was Anna that early. "Anna?" My words stopped seeing Sophia's face. "What are you doing here?" Sophia acted like nothing was wrong and told me she followed me home yesterday. "This is the porridge you've always liked," she said. "I made it early this morning. Will you try it, Liam? I'm begging you. Can you give me another chance? I was just being soft-hearted before. It won't happen again." Before I could respond, Anna's front door swung open. She stood in her pajamas, leaning against the doorframe, smiling. "Liam doesn't actually like porridge, you know." Sophia's smile froze. She looked at me in disbelief and asked if Anna was telling the truth. I nodded plainly, confirming it. Sophia refused to believe it and said it couldn't be true. "I always told her I loved it," I hadn't replied when Sophia's phone started to ring. An urgent voice came through so clearly. "Sophia, you're trending. Check it out quick." Sophia frowned, annoyed, and asked what the trending topic was about. "Someone uploaded your photos online and the director wants you back immediately." Sophia's face turned pale. She shot me a panicked glance and left hurriedly. I took out my phone and saw the notification pop up. "Gorgeous doctor's scandalous affair photos." I swiped the notification away and went about my morning. That night, a video of Sophia arguing with Alex at the hospital hit the trends again. In the video, Alex looked livid. He held a knife to his wrist, shouting at Sophia. "Sis, you said you'd be with me. I've got everything ready at home. Why did you change your mind at the last minute? I can't live without you. If you don't come with me, I'll die." Sophia coldly watched him and replied indifferently that she'd never be with him. "The person I love is not you." Hearing this, Alex grew even crazier. He slashed his own arms repeatedly. After the incident went viral, Sophia got fired from the hospital. Alex ended up with severe blood loss and brain hypoxia. He became a vegetable. After his parents found out, they took Sophia to court. They demanded compensation from Sophia. I saw Sophia again after the cooling-off period for our divorce ended. She looked worn out, with dark circles under her eyes. Gone was her former confident self. "Let's go," I said, stepping into the Civil Affairs Bureau first. After getting our divorce papers, she looked at me, teary-eyed, and whispered an apology. I heard her case with Alex's parents starts tomorrow. I wasn't interested in asking more. I just hopped into Anna's car waiting nearby. "Congrats on your freedom," she said. I accepted the flowers Anna handed me. "Let's go, they're waiting for us." A year later, Anna and I registered our marriage. Our parents couldn't contain their joy. We didn't plan on having a wedding. The day after I posted our marriage certificate on social media, a random text came in. "Wishing you happiness." I deleted the message without a thought and snuggled closer to Anna, watching our movie. From here on out, my days will keep getting happier.